Okay. So, a very good evening to all our attendees and viewers who are watching us live on Facebook and YouTube. A very warm welcome to all this Saga series. Very quick recap for those of you who are new to Pick a Book. Pick a Book is all about reading and more reading and inculcating the habit of reading and research and presenting the summary of it in our regular meeting sessions. Creating a better world by changing the sense of self through the habit of reading is the vision of Pick a Book. Currently, Pick a Book marked its inspiring presence in four countries: Sri Lanka, India, Singapore, and UK, with over 1,200 plus readers, 18 plus regions, and 100,000 people inspired through our sessions, all in just a span of 1 year. So Pickleball continues to spread wings across the globe, and we have come up with a beautiful initiative, a brand of its own called Author Saga series, wherein the authors can reach their readers and individuals of like-minded interests. Authors can also discuss the key insights of their books, and the readers can have this wonderful opportunity to know more about the book from the author herself. So today we have with us, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Ramya with her wonderful book, A Complete Review of Dentistry. Hello
Hi,
and
hi,
welcome, Dr. Ramya.
yeah, hello. Nice meeting on a lovely evening today. Thank you, Swarna, for that wonderful opportunity to go on live to discuss about my textbook. It's nice to be here on your platform. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, to know more about Dr. Ramya, she holds a postgraduate degree in oral pathology and microbiology and has 14 years of postgraduate teaching experience. She also has postgraduate diploma in tobacco control from Annamalai University. She is an expert in the field of salivomics, if I pronounced it rightly. And she is currently working on a joint project with the National Center of Nanoscience and Nanotechnology, University of Madras. So she has more than 60 publications and has co-authored 3 textbooks and has 2 more in pipeline. She has 1 international and 5 national patents for her medical device innovations. Her significant credentials include former research coordinator of Institutional Review Board, guest editor of SRM Journal of Dental Research, and she is currently the professor and head of Department of Oral Biology and assistant dean of Office of Media Management at Savita Dental College, Chennai. So it's a very warm to know about Dr. Ramya. So thank you so much for being on our show today.
Thank you, Swarna, for that lovely invite. Yeah, I'm just waiting to share my experience with you all.
Okay, so first of all, we would like to congratulate you on this wonderful book, Ramya, and we are wishing you a long way in writing.
Thank you, Swarna. And book writing has been a real passion for me
Mhm.
almost for more than a decade now. So this happens to be my third textbook, and there's one more in pipeline, which I would love
Okay,
to again present you all in the same platform.
yes.
Maybe soon. Yes.
Great. So, are you an avid reader, Ramya?
Yeah, so being a professional and a teacher as well, so reading is mandatory for us, and
Mhm.
we are definitely, it's like reading is on a daily basis, but academic reading is compulsory and mandatory, so that happens on a daily basis. But I would
Mm,
personally, I have a liking towards kind of spiritually inclined books, so
okay.
spending time there's a lot of time constraint, but I would really love to spend at least some time daily reading
Mm,
at least a few pages. So just trying to squeeze in time for that. So reading has always been a very serious passion.
wonderful. So, how did this whole journey as a writer start? So, when did you get that find that spark in you?
Yeah, so actually, this I would definitely at this point I would like to express my gratitude to my my teacher and my mentor, Dr. Rajkumar sir, because when I took up teaching in 2008, that is when he felt he had a book offer. There was a textbook offer from a very well-known publisher, Walters Kluwer, and this book also happens to be from them. There was
Mm-hmm.
offered to him actually. It was not for me because I just freshly passed out at that time. That was early 2008. So
Okay.
Sir was broad-minded enough to give that offer to me to share authorship with me, and it kick-started with that. So I got really excited with that kind of confidence which someone had on me at that particular point of time when I was just beginning my career in teaching. So it was so exciting, and I just grabbed it with two hands. And then we went on. But the first book really took time to shape up. It took almost 3.5 years, and we released it only in 2012. So the
Mm.
first edition was 2012. But just seeing the response of the book that, I mean, it received the first book, and I think the journey started from there, and then we
Okay.
started writing continuously.
Awesome. That was an interesting journey indeed, actually. It all starts with one simple baby step, and then the rest is history. So that made you to write two, three books in a row, right?
Yes.
Beautiful. Okay. So yeah. So what does the reader gain from reading this book, specially? And is there any story behind the title you have chosen?
Yeah. See, this book actually was mainly decided, thought of mainly because
Mm.
history has broadly almost 21 subjects put together. So a total of 21 subjects makes the
Okay.
profession of dentistry. So there was a very keen demand for a reference book which would give everything in a nutshell.
Ah,
We definitely do have other parallel, other author textbooks with such a objective, but
mm,
we still wanted to do better than the ones which were existing in the market.
mm,
So this book took shape because of that, mainly because of we wanted a one-point reference textbook.
mm. Yeah.
So just to make it a quick review book for the students, so that they need not have to spend too much of time in other textbooks.
Mm,
And it started like that. So kick started like that with the main belief that there should be one point of reference, especially for entrance examination preparation. So that is how this came up.
brilliant. So that's a need of the hour for every competitive exam, for that matter. Because
Yes.
yeah, how many other books we read, we still the last minute readers are more in number than the planned readers. So we all need to have that quick reference of everything together in one single book. So that's a beautiful way of putting it. So that must have
And
gained.
having that,
Mm,
yeah. And last minute, when you
yeah.
mentioned that becomes very important for us because there are almost lots of concepts. We almost have, say, around
Yes.
20,000 MCQs, which you have to master to
Mm,
really win over dentistry. And there are a lot of facts actually.
okay.
So revision and re-revision really packed
Mm,
and delivered so that it can be easily digestible. So that's the intention behind this textbook actually. So,
awesome. Great. Okay. So what kind of a content can an individual expect, from the contents of this book?
okay. So that's what. So mainly, this book is, as the title says, it's a complete review of dentistry, covering
Mm-hmm.
20 subjects. And the 21st subject which I mentioned, that was implantology, and that is also covered in subjects like perio and prosthodontics. So overview, what a reader can expect from this textbook is that this will definitely give you a feel of reading through all the subjects in dentistry with great
Mm,
depth. That's the most important things. With really a good depth, most of it is covered, and it is given in such a way, packed and given in such a way that it would be really easy for the reader to digest, and at the
mm,
same time feel very confident about handling all the subjects in dentistry.
great. That's wonderful. So what is that unique highlight you would say if I would ask you one unique highlight from this book, what would that be?
So I would definitely, that's what is a kind of very important statement. The unique highlights of this textbook definitely is the synopsis. Uh,
Mm,
Synopsis is just not just going through the questions, it's a very beautifully concise version of the entire subject. So
mm,
the synopsis is what actually I would say is the best part of this book. If you can just read the synopsis alone, so that would maybe come around say 400, 500 pages. The book is
wow.
around 2000 pages,
Oh
and the
my goodness.
synopsis would be around 400, 500 pages. So if you can just do that, you will definitely
Mm,
be very, very confident about dentistry itself. Suppose if you're preparing to go for an interview or you're going to go for that synopsis will give you
mm,
a real confidence,
mm,
because you would feel complete by doing it. So that is
exactly.
the best part. And we also have packages like image based questions, and then there's
Mm-hmm.
also short answer questions. So books right now in the same genre doesn't have short answer. We all know about
Mm,
MCQ questions. Multiple choice would give you four options at options. There is always a possibility that even if you mark randomly any answer, there is a probability that you will get 25% of it right. So that is the
mm,
probability if there is a four option question. But it doesn't happen that way with short answer question where you will have to remember because there will be no options to
mm,
prompt you.
yeah.
So we
Yes.
have that kind of questions also. So this is
Okay.
kind of more complete and gives you all kind of assessments so that you will feel more
Mm.
confident once you finish reading this book.
Wonderful. That's lovely. See, 2000 pages is not a small thing, Dr. Ramya. So, how many days you took to write those 2000 pages? And
Yeah, that's
there's lot of research must have went on while writing this book, right?
yeah,
So,
it did. And I
mm,
would say, Swarna, at this point, this book is actually a very massive task because the previous textbooks which we wrote came around 800 pages and they were all
mm,
single subject textbooks.
okay.
So they were easy to control, venturing into all specialities of dentistry. So that
Mm,
was really a very, a very, very Herculean task, I would say. And
mm.
the book years to shape up. But
Oh
definitely
my
had
goodness.
help from a lot of contributors. Actually, we did have contributors,
Mm,
and but
okay.
final shaping and structuring were all done by the
Yeah.
main authors. Actually, so
Superb. Awesome. So this itself talks about a lot of things which you have already mentioned. Like this book is going to help a lot of other people, a lot of the budding dentists when it comes to one book covering up all the 21 subjects. So in the dentistry. So yes. So 2000 pages makes it all. And the synopsis, especially, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are, taking up the dentistry as a career. So this book is going to help you a lot, because it's a 2000 pages book and the synopsis of 500 pages itself is good enough to according to Ramya, the synopsis itself is good enough for you to gain a lot of knowledge on dentistry. So this is definitely worth buying for all those aspirers who are for dentists. I mean, aspirers to become dentists. So beautiful. Okay, so how is this book different from similar books in this category, Ramya? So what would you say on that note? Because I think a
yeah,
lot of people
yeah,
will
that's a
be
very
having the same
important,
question. Mm,
yeah, that's a very important question, Swarna, because the moment we come up with a book, then immediately everyone the question which comes in everybody's mind is, why is this book?
yeah.
And we definitely, this is not the first, it is definitely, there are other books of this similar category. And Dentistry has been there for quite a long time, definitely. But
Mm,
what I would say is, uh,
mm,
we when we the idea itself came in the existing textbooks, and
okay.
we felt that feeling of fullness or that feeling of was not there with other textbook, and
Mm,
we wanted to fill that gap which existed as far as I mean, exam invitation is concerned. So
okay.
this is a pure attempt to gaps, uh,
Mm,
which will make you more. That was the intention, and I honestly feel that it was achieved with what is a complete fulfillment. Yes.
awesome. Great. So do you have the book right now with you to for our audience to have just a glance of the
Um,
book?
yeah, I can actually show you. Yes, just a second. This is the textbook.
Uh,
So we have two volumes, volume one and volume
mm,
two. So each approximately around 1,000 pages, and it's a huge book.
okay. Yeah, I
Such
understand.
a long book.
Okay.
It's available through all online. And this book actually, the other best
Mm,
part which I should definitely compliment about and my contributors is the publisher. And
mm-hmm.
all my textbooks till
Okay.
date have been with Wolters Kluwer Lippincott. So they have been very,
Mm,
very supportive from almost more than a
mm,
decade now, because of the belief
okay.
which they had on us. Yeah, the content which we could give,
Okay.
and I think in that way we were really blessed actually. All authors get the privilege of writing three textbooks, and not all authors get it from the
Mm,
same publisher. That too with an
exactly.
international patient. Yeah,
Standard.
in that way,
Yes.
yeah, we stand out of them. The brand itself actually speaks about the content. So
Okay.
that's why we have very good reviews in Amazon. You
Mm,
can actually check it out in Amazon and other fields. And
mm,
um, because our other textbooks are really well known, and it's what to say go-to textbook, and it's an
mm.
important reference textbook. So this book also is well known among the dentistry circles. So
Okay.
the publisher, the content, everything together, it makes it a very good buy. That's what I would say.
Yes. Okay. So made it a worth buying textbook.
Yeah.
Yes. Great. Okay. So which category of students would benefit from this book in particular?
Yeah. See, actually, the moment you hear the title,
Mm,
that complete review of dentistry, any student or any dentist would immediately feel that it would suit a final year student who is going to take up the entrance examinations. But
okay.
what I would suggest is the trend from the time NEET started, that is early to 2015. I keep telling my students that it is better to start early,
Mm,
and your way of preparation should just not be restricted towards your university examinations, and it should be more futuristic by
yes.
preparing for competitive exams right from first year. So that is the
Yes.
advice which usually I tend to give during my lecture classes as well. So
Mm,
this book is actually, it would suit even a first year BDS student, and
mm,
as the student passes and goes to the next year, he or she can use this textbook as an important reference,
mm,
especially when they're going for exams, when they're going for their Viva OC. For us, it's
mm.
very important. So, Viva OC, because the synopsis is enough to give them a lot of confidence. So,
Yeah.
just brushing through the day before the exam, it would really give them a lot of confidence. And I would recommend this textbook right from first year BDS throughout. Yeah. And even if going to be a general dental practitioner or someone who wants to have a quick glance about the subject, again, the
Mm,
synopsis part is there to just quickly run through. It would benefit any dentist in any period of timeline, right from the student days or from the till throughout their practice and things like
okay. Super. So that makes the uniqueness of this book. So great. So, when should the students start reading this book?
That is what Swarna. So
Mm.
I would recommend that they start the book earlier, so that
Earlier.
right from
Mm.
first year BDS. So
Mm.
it would be really helpful because no book will give you this kind of what to say, kind of in depth at the same time easy. It
Mm.
you increase their confidence levels.
Mm.
That's what I would say. In case if they're going for a Viva OC where they have to sit in front of a examiner face to face, and if they're not confident enough, it would obviously
Mm.
show on their face. So it would
Yeah.
really build up their confidence levels. So I would
Mm.
recommend them to use this book as early as possible in their career.
Wonderful. So, how long does it take to read through this two volumes of books? Like,
So, considering the size,
mm.
ideally, if you're just going to read it for properly for preparing for an entrance examination or something, then I would recommend reading of at least say 2 months.
Mm.
Definitely.
Okay.
And synopsis alone would take at least 2 weeks of reading. Will need 2 weeks, and then completing other facts, quick facts. Then we have
Mm.
image-based questions, multiple choice questions, short answer questions. So doing everything together and feeling confident, it would definitely take 2 months. And
Okay.
if students actually take
Mhm.
pace only during the last few months of their entrance
Yeah,
examination, once
that
the
is
exam
true.
dates are announced, yeah, they start
Yes.
doing. So in that way, I think when they really take up this book and they start reading, very helpful.
Awesome. Super. Okay, so how does it apply only for the entrance exam preparation, or can it be used for regular subject review as well?
Yeah, that is, I think I've told you this, but anyway, so regular subject review, I would recommend this more, or this can be used as a regular subject book. Um, Even better than what I would say for entrance examination because of the weightage that we have given for synopsis. So the synopsis part is really too good, and I would definitely claim very strongly that it is best than any other mark sources which are available in the market right now. There are some
Hmm.
big sellers in the same genre, but I would say it very confidently that the synopsis part of the textbook is extraordinary, and all that you need to do is just read through the synopsis to feel very confident about the subject. In that way,
Hmm.
this would be a quick review material.
Awesome. So, ladies and gentlemen, the key lies in the synopsis, that's being emphasized by Dr. Ramya since the beginning. So, whoever, aspiring to become a dentist or, giving their entrance exam for dentistry. So, for BDS, so this book is going to help you guys a lot, in terms of giving that beautiful 500-page synopsis along with 2000 pages of book with all the 21 chapters of dentistry covered in detail. So that's a great book to go for. And like how Dr. Ramya said, it's a one point contact for all the dentists out there. So yes, so yeah. So have you authored any other books in dentistry, Dr. Ramya?
Yeah. Remember I mentioned about the how it started in 2008. So that
Mm,
book is
mm,
about oral histology, tooth morph, oral physio, and oral anat actually. So it is a combination of four subjects, which is a first year
mhm,
subject book, and
mhm.
that is my first book actually, and
Okay.
that is really popularly called, and we are really well known authors in that genre. Uh, we went on to release in textbook. There was a shorter version. The
Mhm,
publishers wanted a short when the second edition came in 2017. First one was in 2012, first edition. Then publishers,
mhm,
because of the sales and the demand, they asked us for the second edition was released in 2017. So what we did was we added a
Okay.
lot of content in 2017. So they got
Mm.
really overwhelmed by the content which we gave, and
Oh.
they said, why not we another textbook? So
Mm.
that is how that was a surprise to us again, and that was named as quick review of the same subjects, and that was really 18, and then
Mm.
came up this textbook actually. And then there's one more
Oh.
upcoming book about practice management in dentistry that is to
Mm.
be released.
Super awesome. So thank you so much, Dr. Ramya. And with well, let's close this beautiful session with my last question for the day. So you being a professor in dentistry and having won so many accolades in your college and university. So what is that one piece of advice from your heart you would like to give to all those people who are aspiring to be the dentist, future dentist?
Yeah. Dentistry is actually a very, very, what to say, a noble profession, I would say. And it is a very
Mm-hmm.
beautiful conglomeration of medicine and technical aspect as well. No other profession has this beauty to it. So,
Mm,
adding, what to say, medicine and technical aspect, it is maybe closely similar as biomedical engineering, but still
mhm,
there again they don't get the chance to see the patients. So
mm,
we are a kind of a very unique profession where we have this beautiful amalgamation of um, health care and expertise as well. So that is a very, very beautiful combination. And I
mm,
would say that all aspiring dentists and those who are dentists should feel proud about the profession as well, because such a
mm,
combination is not there with any other profession right available right now. So having said that, there is huge scope to carry out with this beautiful profession in terms
mm,
of research, in terms of so on, and in terms of service, what it can offer to the mankind. And another
mm.
important thing is considering that we had a pandemic which struck 1.5 years back, is were really
Yeah.
terrified, knowing that they were mouth and point of what is the spread of the disease and so on. So we are
Yes.
actually in a very,
Yeah.
very yeah, crucial area. And but what I would suggest is telling is that itself is a challenge, and you should be more proud that you are closer to that virus, whatever, and that
Yes.
you can actually tell lot of solutions to your patients instead of
Exactly.
being fearful about it. So we are
Mm,
actually, what say, it's a very, very interesting profession. So cherish your profession, celebrate your profession, and it in turn it would celebrate you as well. So that's what I would.
awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much for that wonderful quote before ending the session, Dr. Ramya. It was a great session with a lot of valuable inputs, and and you especially taking time to share with our audience all the experience and the knowledge you have put through the words in this book all about dentistry. Thank you so much. We absolutely love the session for what it holds us, and thank you so much.
Thank
Yeah,
you, Swarna. This is a very different experience for me. I've been
yeah,
giving guest lectures very frequently, but this kind of experience was totally new. Thank you
exactly.
for you and Pick a Book. All the organizers did a wonderful job. Thank you so much. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Dr. Ramya. It's a wonderful experience for us also. In fact, it's a different one. So far we have seen others, for more of a fiction novels or non-fiction novels, but this is like a typical subject for people to read. So that's a different one. So we thoroughly enjoyed it, and there's a lot of information that has gone through these episodes for all of us who are watching us live. So please share this information to all of your friends who are, aspiring to become a dentist. So this book is going to be very, very helpful for them, right from synopsis to the subject and the detailing of the book. So this is pretty much available on all the resources online. You can quickly go and grab the two volumes of this wonderful book written by Dr. Ramya herself. So thank you so much, Ramya. And ladies and gentlemen, that's it from the Author Saga today. And I'm sure you all have enjoyed the session. So, however, it is focused on a specific, aspect of medicines, dentistry. But still, there's a lot of information that went in, and there's a lot of information we can share it with all our friends and family. So, thank you so much, all in the room and who are watching us live. Thank you so much, Ramya. It's a good time spent.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Take care, everyone.